Let's go to what is leading and directing. What is leading and directing? It is defined as the process of influencing people so that they will contribute to organizational and group goals. The manager's job is to not manipulate people, but rather to recognize what motivates them. Managing requires the creation and maintenance of an environment in which individuals work together in groups towards the accomplishment of common objectives. It basically means that leading is simply not the process of leading is simply the process of influencing people so that they'll be toward group organizational goals. It's not about controlling or manipulating others. It's about understanding what motivates them and creating an environment where everyone works together effectively. Individual differences. Third is meeting individual needs. Now, in recognizing roles, managers need to understand that the roles of individuals assume within a team and how these roles influence their behavior and contributions. Basically, it means that every team member plays a unique role. Some may be planners, others may be problem solvers, and others might also be motivators. Appreciating these differences helps build trust and teamwork. In individual differences, each person brings unique skills, perspectives, and experiences to the table. Recognizing and appreciating these differences is crucial for effective management. This means that people are the heart of every organization. To manage effectively, a leader must understand each person is different, with different roles, skills, needs, and personalities. For example, in an engineering project, one might be great at design, while another might be more detail oriented. Recognizing and using these strengths helps the team perform better by letting them perform at what they do best. And lastly, meeting individual needs. People have different motivations and needs. Effective managers strive to understand these individual needs and create a work environment that caters to them. The reason why meeting individual needs is important because what motivates one person might not motivate another. For example, one group member might be motivated by recognition, while another may be motivated or just wants a flexible schedule and job security.
Good day, everyone. I'm John Rogelio Esmetante. Today, I'm gonna report about the multiplicity of roles. Multiplicity of roles means having many different roles or responsibilities at the same time. First is beyond productivity. People are more than just productive factors in management plans. They are complex individuals with diverse roles, values, and expectations. So, beyond productivity means recognizing that employees are not just tools for getting work done. They are human beings with emotion, ideas, personal goals. Second is social system. Individuals are members of various social systems, families, communities, professionals, network. These roles influence their priorities and perspective. These connections shape their values, priorities, and behaviors. Each social system influences how people think, make decisions, and interact with others, helping them develop a sense of belonging and identity. Next slide, please. No average person. Every individual is unique and has their own strength, talents, and potential. Remind us that no one should be judged or compared based on average stereotypes because each person has something special to contribute. First is diverse individual. People act in different roles, but they are also unique. Each person has distinct traits, values, and perspectives that shape how they perform their roles. Second, unique needs. Acknowledge variation in needs. ambition, skills, and potentials. Recognizing that each individual requires different kinds of support and opportunities to grow. Third is respect individuality. Avoid assuming a one-size-fits-all approach. Each person has unique qualities, experience, and perspectives that shape who they are. Next slide, please. Importance of personal dignity. Personal dignity is important because it reflects a person's sense of self-worth and respect. It helps individuals maintain confidence, make moral choices, and stand up for their values. When people uphold their dignity, they earn respect from others and contribute to a more just, compassionate, and respectful society. So first is respectful interaction. Treat everyone with respect regardless of their position or background. Second, value all individuals. Recognize the inherent worth and dignity of team member. Third is fair and equitable treatment. Promote a culture of fairness and equality, where everyone has a voice and opportunity to succeed. Next slide, please. Consideration of the whole person. This means that every individual is more than just their job, role, or appearance. It involves understanding a person's physical, emotional, mental, social, and spiritual needs. By considering the whole person, we show empathy, respect, support for their overall well-being, not just a single aspect of their life. First is recognizing rules. Managers needs to understand the rules individuals assume within a team and how these rules influence their behavior and contribution. Second, individual differences. Each person brings unique skills, perspective, and experience to the table. Recognizing and appreciating these differences is crucial for effective management. Third is meeting individual needs. People have different motivation and needs. Effective managers strive to understand these individual needs and create a work environment that caters to them. That will be all. Thank you.
Now, let's move on to motivation models, the theories that help us understand what drives people to perform well in organizations. Motivation is a general term that refers to all drives, desires, needs, and wishes that influence people's behavior at work. Let's begin with Douglas MacGregor's Theory X and Theory Y. According to Douglas MacGregor, there are two contrasting views of people at work. Theory X assumes that people are naturally lazy, dislikes work, and need to be closely supervised. Managers who believe in Theory X use strict rules, control, and even threats to make employees work. On the other hand, Theory Y views employees as responsible, motivated, and capable of self-direction. These managers believe that people find satisfaction in their work and when they are trusted and given opportunities to grow. In short, Theory X is a pessimistic and rigid, while Theory Y is optimistic and empowering. Next, we have Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Maslow believes that people are motivated by five levels of needs arranged in a pyramid. At the bottom are psychological needs like food, water, and shelter. Next is safety. People are motivated to do their job when they get security and stability. Then love and belongingness. People are motivated to do their job for their family and loved ones. Then we have self and we have esteem, which means gaining respect and recognition. And at the top is self actualization, becoming the best version of yourself and achieving your full potential. Maslow says that people must satisfy the lower level needs before moving up to higher levels. Then, next we have Herzberg motivation hygiene theory. Frederick Herzberg identified two sets of factors affecting workplace motivation. Motivators. First one is the motivators. These create job ju- these create job satisfaction and motivate people to work harder. Example of these are achievements, recognition, advancement, growth, and responsibility. Then second is hygiene factors. These prevent dissatisfaction but they don't necessarily motivate. Examples are salary, job security, working conditions, and relationships. So even if you pay employees well, they might still be feel unmotivated unless they find meaning and achievement in their goals or works. Next, we have expectancy theory of motivation, proposed by Victor Vroom. This theory says that people are motivated when they believe their effort will lead to good performance and that performance will bring desired rewards. This theory expects that employee expects that working hard will lead to success and that success will lead to valued reward such as promotion or bonuses. They will be motivated to give their best effort. Then we have equity theory, developed by John Stacy Adams. This theory focuses on fairness. People compare what they put in their jobs, such as effort, skills, and time, with what they get out of it, such as salary, recognition, and promotion. If they feel they are being treated unfairly compared to others, they become less motivated. But if they perceive fairness, they are likely to stay motivated and productive. In summary, this theory shows that motivation is not about money. It's about needs, fairness, recognition, and personal growth. Understanding this helps managers create a workplace where people feel valued, inspired to do their best.
Now, let us continue to the other motivation models. First on the list is goal setting theory for motivation. This theory explains that people are more motivated when they have clear and meaningful goals to work toward. For objectives to really matter, they need to be specific instead of motivation. Overall, goal setting motivates people because it gives them direction, clarity, and a sense of progress. The next motivation model that we'll go through is the Skinner's reinforcement theory. This theory is about how people learn and stay motivated through rewards and consequences. It's based on the idea that behavior can be shaped, meaning people tend to repeat actions that bring positive outcomes and avoid those that bring negative ones. There are four main parts of this theory. First is the positive reinforcement. Basically, it's rewarding good behavior to encourage it to happen again. The next is negative reinforcement, meaning it is removing something unpleasant when a person performs well. Third is punishment. It is using negative consequences to discourage bad behavior. And lastly is extinction. It is ignoring a behavior that eventually disappears. The main lesson here is that positive reinforcement works best. Encouraging and rewarding good performance creates a healthy, motivated work environment, while punishing often reduce morale and creativity. The last motivation model we will go through is the McClelland's needs of theory of motivation. David McClelland identified three primary human needs that motivate behavior. These needs are the need for achievement, need of power, and need of affiliation. Now, what are these three needs? The need of achievement basically means is the desire to excel and accomplish goals. People driven. This need is the desire to influence and lead others. These individual these individuals enjoy organizing teams, making decisions, and taking charge of outcomes. The last need is the need for achievement. This need is the desire to build relationships to belong to a group. People with this need values teamwork, communication, and harmony in the workplace. Each person has a mix of these three, but usually one is dominant. Recognizing which drives a person helps leaders understand how to motivate them. For example, giving achievers clear goals, giving power-driven people leadership roles, and giving affiliation-driven people teamwork opportunities. That's all for the motivational models. Now let's go on to special motivational techniques. Aside from major motivational theories, there are also practical techniques that managers can use to keep people motivated in the workplace. These techniques can be used individually or together depending on what the situation calls for. First is money. Of course, money is a strong motivator. It's not just about the amount. It can also symbolize status, security, or success. For example, a raise or a performance bonus can make an employee feel that their hard work is valued and recognized. The next one would be intrinsic rewards. These are internal feelings of satisfaction that comes from doing a job well, like finishing a difficult project and feeling proud of yourself. That sense of accomplishment is a form of motivation by itself. The third one would be extrinsic rewards. These are external motivators such as certificates, recognition, awards, or promotions. Even simple things like verbal appreciation or an Employee of the Month award can go a long way to keep the morale high. And lastly is the pay based on performance. This means connecting compensation directly to results. For example, giving commissions, bonuses, or incentives based on how well someone performs. This helps encourage effort, consistency, and productivity. These motivational techniques reminds us that while salary is important, recognition and fulfillment are equally powerful in inspiring people to do their best. Now, to wrap up the presentation, leadership is all about influencing others positively, while motivation is about understanding what drives people to act. When a leader understands how to motivate their team, the workplace becomes more efficient, cooperative, and productive. Employees feel valued, respected, and driven not just because they have to work, but because they want to contribute. In simple terms, a good leader doesn't just manage tasks. They bring out the best in people by recognizing their needs, strengths, and goals. Thank you for listening, and we hope this report helps you understand how motivation and leadership works hand in hand to create success. That is all. Thank you.